Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. Good to have you with us on this Friday morning. Hashtag it finally Friday. It's also Film Friday. And we're 10 days away from my co-host's favorite holiday, which is Halloween. Randy.
Yes, I'm so excited. This is my favorite time of year. But then again, I grew up someplace where we had autumn. So
yeah, autumn is in Houston is a rare thing. You know, we have all these false falls that pop up, and I think we're having another one of those now because they say it could be close to 90 this weekend. So who knows what's going to happen?
We had our 2 days of fall, Tuesday and Wednesday. That was it. That was autumn. I hope you enjoyed it.
Winter will be coming along in February at some time with those of you keeping score.
For like a week.
Speaking of a week, we're just a little over a week away from Halloween, and we've got a lot going on. We want to mention to everyone, we're on the air every morning at 10 a.m. For those of you who watch us on Facebook Live and YouTube, you can always catch us in social media, Randy, and they can watch us on HCCTV as well.
That's right. And, you can catch us on, our Facebook page, Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, and YouTube and Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. So all of the things.
And your dog was watching us as well.
I'm sure that is the Halloween decorations blowing in the wind, freaking him out.
Well, there you go. All right. You can also catch us on HCC TV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. I don't know if you said that yet, but I threw it out there for everybody. Okay. Randy, stick around because we've got some guests. I know you're going to be very interested in our first guest, but you'll be interviewing our next guest. She was recently at one of our Board of Trustees meetings, recognized as one of our student success stories. Neethi Gangidi is joining us, and she's a graduate from the AAS in the artificial intelligence, and she's got a great story. Neethi, it's good to see you this morning.
Thank you. Good to see you all.
Yeah, good to see you again. We're looking forward to hearing about your story because it really is very incredible. So Randy's going to be with you in about 10 minutes. Stick around, okay?
Sure. Thank you so much.
All right. So let's kick things off. It's Film Friday as well. Welcoming to the show for the first time, Travis Leamons is a contributing writer for FreshFiction.tv, and he's the secretary of the Houston Film Critics Society. Travis, welcome to the show. I think your mic is muted. If you could, there we go.
Happy to be a part of HCC TV Up to the Minute. This is actually me coming full circle because I used to work for HCC TV back in the early 2000s. I believe with Tony Bryant and Tony Rayo Delgado. So this should be fun.
Yeah, well, they're still here, so I'm sure they'll be watching this. They may even be watching the show right now. So Travis, you're a film critic, and there are a number of films out right now we want to talk about. But let's start with one of them that's getting a lot of attention. Till, tell us about that and your take on it.
So Till is a new film from. I had her name right here, Chinonye Chukwu. And a few years ago, she did a movie called Clemency that starred Alfre Woodard. I think me and maybe 10 other people saw it when it came out. But this one tells the story of the lynching death of Emmett Till, but it doesn't do it from the perspective of him being lynched. It's from the perspective of the mother, Mamie Till Mosley, who uses her son's unfortunate death as a rallying cry, to get people to notice, to no longer be in the shadows, to stand up and be present for all the atrocities that have been going on in the South. And what I loved about this movie is not only Daniel Deadwyler's star-making performance, who a few years ago, she was in a movie for Netflix called The Harder They Fall, and she played a character named Cuffy. She was sort of like the comic relief in this Western film. But in this one, she has 2 moments where she breaks down and cries, and me in the audience could not help but cry with her because the emotion that she shows you just can't help but feel it in your soul as well.
You know, I've heard that I've heard a lot about that scene, and people have said the same thing, other critics as well, that they were really emotionally overwhelmed during this movie, especially during that one scene.
Yes, and there are several scenes where the director made the choice of only having a single shot, where you're not having cutaways. So the reaction that you've seen is done in like a seamless shot that takes maybe close to a minute, maybe a little bit longer, especially when she's testifying in Mississippi regarding the lynching death of her son.
Obviously, it's early, but award seasons is upon us. You see this one playing a big role at the Oscars?
I could see maybe Daniel Deadwyler being a dark horse to get in for a Best Actress nomination. It's going to be a tough field this year. It might be one of the most competitive for the Best Actress race. And that sort of segues into the next film I wanted to talk about, and that is Cate Blanchett in Tar.
Yeah, tell us about that one.
So she plays Lydia Tarr. She is a composer, and she is over in Western Europe, and she wants to do a piece, and it's basically the genesis of, getting the orchestra together. But at the same time, she is going through this emotional turmoil. And as the movie moves forward, it just sort of like everything closes in on her to the point that she just explodes by the end. And I have to applaud Todd Field. This is his first film in 16 years. And his last film was Little Children. And before that, In the Bedroom, 2 critically acclaimed films.
Yeah.
But this one, he does several long takes, which I am one of those guys that loves long takes in movies. I'm just in awe that they can make, movie magic, so to speak. You just are, it gets to a point where you're not even paying attention. You're just looking at the actors. And it's only until after the scene is over, you're like, there were no cuts in that scene.
Yeah, right. And it's one of the most amazing things when you see that in movies. I certainly agree with you with that. So we've talked 2 movies that are Oscar contention. Let's go to the other side of the coin. Movies that aren't going to win a darn thing at the Oscars, but they might be fun to watch. Black Adam. That one, I've read some things about it. I was looking forward to it, but the critics, or at least what I'm reading, weren't that pleasant with the movie. What was your take?
Yeah, I think critics are pretty much out on the whole superhero thing. It's like superhero fatigue. I think a lot of critics call that. And it's to the point where these movies used to feel special, but now it feels like they come out every few weeks.
They do.
They're like, okay, here we go. We got another one. And as much as I love the work ethic of Dwayne Johnson, I really thought Black Adam would be like his Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator role, or Sylvester Stallone in Rocky. But I just can't see it. It's I don't know what it is. I know he's invested so much in Black Adam. He's one of the producers. He's been trying to get this movie done for 15 years. I think he's almost like doing too many things at once where...
Well, when you're The Rock, I've always found Jungle Cruise was absolutely, when you make a movie like that, it's really hard to top it if you're The Rock, because Jungle Cruise was cinematic magic if you had a chance to see that. And of course...
Well, and actually with Black Adam, this is the same director. So they have a working relationship.
Yeah, Jungle Cruise. It's hard to top that one, said no one ever. Anyway, Halloween Ends. It's not in the script, but did you see that? Did you like it? Because I'm looking at watching it on the Peacock.
You're probably best served to see it on Peacock, because if you paid to see it in theaters, you might come away disappointed. And I'm sure that's what Universal thought.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we might want to put this one on Peacock as well. Notice they didn't do that for Jordan Peele's Nope, because they wanted people in the theaters to see that, because they released that, they shot it in IMAX, so it had that added attraction to see the movie presented in that presentation. And I really think going forward in theaters, unless it's, specific shot in IMAX, most people are just going to hang back and you're like, why go pay to see it in theaters when we can just wait a few weeks and see it at home?
Yeah, I saw it, Nope, and I'm sorry, but that's a nope for me. I just didn't get. I love Jordan Peele's movies. I love movies, but that one, that's a hard no from me. I felt in the movie.
Yeah,
it's 7:00 film that we went to.
I think it's one of those that'll play better when you watch it again and you'll see.
I guess I'm hoping so.
I think that's his intent, is that he wants people to watch his movies more than once and see little things that they may have missed the first time because they were too focused on one particular aspect about it.
Yeah, I was too focused on figuring out what the heck is this movie all about. Anyway, that was my take on Nope. Travis Leamons, he is a contributing writer for freshfiction.tv, and he's the secretary of the Houston Film Critics Society. Thanks for being on the show. We'll make sure we tell Willie and Tony hello from you, and we'd love to get you back on the show again.
All right. It's been great. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Travis. All right. We're going to turn things over to Randy. And Randy, I'll let you take it away, and we'll discuss Nope later in the show.
Yeah, because I'm going to nope you. Okay, moving on. Neethi Gangidi, an HCC graduate with an associate degree in artificial intelligence. And you are one of our student success stories. Welcome. I'm so excited to talk to you because I think all this stuff is so cool. So I've heard that your story is really inspirational, and I've read it, and I'm, but why don't you tell us for it? You are starting with the fact that you are the first AI graduate in the state of Texas.
Yes, thank you for having me today. It's really a great honor that I'm being the first AI graduate from the Houston Community College in the whole state of Texas. And I'm an international student from India. I did have 2 master's degree prior to AI, but really I'm inspired by the AI program in HCC. So that made me to come up to HCC and AI program.
Well, and you just were presented to the Board of Trustees as a student success story. So why don't you start by telling us just a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I initially started my journey in AI program in 2020 year. And when I just entered into the program, I just saw a robo which was delivering the food to one of the campuses in my earlier university. That really inspired me to get into this AI program, which involves innovation, coding, a lot of data science and all. So that really made me to get into AI. And then I started my AI program. And the program was so well structured that it attracted me that you get a chance to do live projects with these big tech companies like NVIDIA, Amazon. We had a lot of teaching kits over there in the lab, like in the Digital Information Technology lab. So that inspired me, and my journey started over from there. And I've received a lot of achievements and awards, a lot actually. The list is too big for me, but I will discuss some of them for sure today.
And you chose the HCC program because it involved innovation specifically. So go ahead. How did you find the program? How did you find it? And in the end, how did it work for you?
Yeah, when I was doing my second master's in one of the campus, I was taking a course of robotics and data science. So then I was doing some research online. I found that HCC's AI program is going to be the first in state of Texas, which is offering a lot of research in data science and robotics and machine learning. That inspired me. I started researching from there. Then I visited the West Loop campus and Central campus, and I've seen those labs, especially the DIT and the virtual VR labs. So that I had an interaction with students and Professor and Dean Samir and Dr. Brown. There I came to know that you have a lot of facilities, and this is the place where I really want to land to be. And innovation is my passion. So I want to make up a good AI career. That's how I chose AI, and that's it where I am right now.
That's great. Now, you just spearheaded the first inaugural annual AI conference at HCC. So tell us about that journey, challenges, successes, because that's a lot to take on.
Yes, definitely. I would definitely spend a minute to speak about it. That's the biggest achievement for me. I attended this first inaugural AI conference at Hcc this April. So all this came up just because I was serving as a vice president for the student club organization called Computer Science Association. Then when it started, like we as a group came up, like me, the president, Denzel Wilson, Dean Samir, and Dr. Brown. We all came up as a team and thought, why don't we do an AI conference? Let it be an inaugural first AI conference. Then the work has been started. And then it was really a great conference, and the success has reached to such an extent, like it's been interviewed in every channel 2 and every interview. And even the videos are available right now on YouTube. Like we had a light panelists, speakers, great, like around 500 to 600 attendees, both online and in person. And the panels were on AI in healthcare, AI in oil and gas, IT, career, every sector. And I would definitely share the great experience which I had. I used to work for 20 hours a day, sitting in LinkedIn, networking, getting all those speakers, and those sleepless nights, organizing such a great event is an honor, really. And the greatest support which we got was from Dean Samir Saber and Dr. Barillo. They have stepped in and they have brought all these contacts along with the contacts from our LinkedIn's and all. So it was a really great honor. It's a huge success having such a great conference coming up into a sector. So the biggest challenge I had was, it was during the peak COVID time. And we had a lot of discussions to come up with hybrid or only online. And we came up with hybrid, like 70% in person and 30% online. So it was a success for us. And the other challenge for me was I was managing 4 courses along with the AI conference and the CSA work. So just imagine these sleepless nights which I had for months together. But I'm so delighted and honored to be one of the key organizers for this conference. It's a huge, huge success. If I start speaking up, it's endless actually. I just fall short of words expressing that happiness and excitement. It's a great one.
And we expect that you guys will continue that'll be continued on. So you started something new that'll be here beyond you. That's terrific.
Yes.
But it's not even one of your top 10 achievements, which it's crazy, the list of achievements. And, you know, you're still a student and you're working. But tell me about NVIDIA and Amazon, and you were featured in the Houston Chronicle. And so what about some of those achievements?
Yeah, it's really a great honor to mention all those. Like I've been featured in the global websites and those big technology companies like NVIDIA, Amazon, Houston Chronicle, and even in HCC Southwest Digital Letter for being the first AI graduate. And also for all the good AI work which I've done. I've delivered the greatest work for Amazon and NVIDIA, creating those GitHub and Jupyter files. So I received a lot of achievements like the Best Notebook Award. And I've always maintained a 4.0 GPA, the highest honors in HCC. So I've received the Dean List certificate. And I've won the National Intel AI Global Festival as the national winner for that. And also, I've been certified by NASA's L-Space program for taking up 2 of their courses. So the list is
wow. I mean, the list, I have the list, and I'm like, okay. I feel a little inferior. It's okay, though. I'll get over it. But out of curiosity, what's up next for you?
Yeah. So after achieving all this education, the good AI education with the leadership qualities, I want myself to see in a good technological AI company like NVIDIA or Amazon, because I always had a passion for this innovation for AI, invent something, and show up that I have got all this education from my college, from Houston Community College, which I'm putting into practice. So I really want to land up in these companies. I've been interviewed by some of the good companies. I want to see myself over there.
Well, that's good. I'm super excited. You'll come back and tell us where you land, though, right?
Yes, definitely.
So what was your favorite thing about the HCC program? And can you talk a little bit about the support that you got from the instructors?
Sure, definitely. It's an incredible great support which I got from HCC. All the faculty and staff, especially Dean Samir Saber, who stood always with me in every challenges, every phase of life. And Professor Dr. Brown introduced me all conferences, all AI education. And I'm here just because of them. And even Dr. Barillo, she stood up for the AI conference. She just called me all the way in her room and said, okay, Neethi, let us sit and work on this. Within 3 hours, we could get all the contacts. There were a lot of sponsors, a lot of speakers for this conference. So all this great support and the whole CSA team, the whole complete CSA team was with me in every phase of life, all the challenges. It's like a close family for me right now. It's no more an instructional institution. So I really worked very hard for this, and I would never ever forget this HCC fabulous and marvelous journey of HCC. Really, it's a great journey.
Neethi, thank you so much for sharing your story with us and your successes. And I'm so excited, and I'm so excited to see where you land and what you do next. So thank you and congratulations and good luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's really an honor to share all the stories.
Such a great pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Incredible. All right. Thank you.
No,
Randy. I mean, it's crazy. All the awards and the accomplishments.
I felt highly unqualified to interview her.
I know. Incredible. All right. We look forward to hearing from her in the future as well. I'm sure we will be.
I'm super excited.
Let's see. Before we go, we have a few announcements to make. Yesterday I was busy because first off, I wasn't on the show yesterday, but I was out at the West Loop. There was the West Loop campus was the location of a major event about world hunger called Nourishing Peace by Addressing Global Food Insecurity. The featured speaker who I had a chance to interview, she was lovely. Her name was Michelle Sisson, and she is the Assistant Secretary, Bureau of International Organization Affairs with the UN. Incredible. We were also joined by our Chancellor, Cesar Maldonado, and Dr. Barillo Hopkins, the President of HCC Southwest College. So it was a great event. If you didn't get a chance to see it, we're putting together a piece. We recorded the whole thing, and we're going to have it on HCCTV, and I'm sure we'll release it in social media. Incredible discussion we had yesterday. So I appreciate everyone who was out there and a chance to speak with Secretary Sisson. Okay, social media fundamentals, those are happening. If you want to learn social media, you can do so, Randy.
And gosh knows I could use it because I am terrible at it. And at Swamp, we're forever going, did you do? Not, I'm terrible at it. So HCC's Community Learning is offering a variety of classes in October and November. And coming up is Social Media Fundamentals, 10 to 11:30 a.m. Tuesday, October 25th at Braze Oaks, and 2 to 3:30 p.m. Thursday, October 27th at Stafford. So check our post after the show and, bring your social media chops up to par. Okay.
There's an all-star series, 3-point shootout, something we all want to take part in. That's happening at HCC Central College. The all-star shootout is 1 to 3 p.m. Wednesday, October 26th. You still have time to sign up. It's at the San Jacinto Gym at HCC's Central College. Check it out. We'll have information on that in our post after the show. And there's a faculty exhibition ongoing through November 4th at the Spring Branch Gallery.
So the works of adjunct faculty, Angela Castellan, called Self-Fragmentation, is featured as part of the art exhibit. And it's about, the artist's own identity through self-portraiture and imagery. And it's going on through November 4th, HCC Northwest in the Spring Branch Gallery. I was just through there the other day. It's pretty good.
It's stop by. Check it out. And it's always free. We have, literally galleries across the district. I was at HCC Southwest, and I used to work there years ago at the Southwest College. And the then president turned it, what was like a vending machine area, into an art gallery. And they've got an exhibition going on there as well. So really, there are art galleries on our campuses across the district. Yeah. It's stuff.
We have some great artists working on staff as adjunct, as faculty. It's really amazing.
Okay, I want to skip down because we want to talk about fall classes. If you want to take classes, think about it. You've only got a few weeks left, really. I mean, realistically, you're going to have to jam pack some credit hours in, but some people do need to do those things, like, hey, whoa, I've been putting it off. I need to take the classes. Well, we can help you out. There are 5 ways to learn. 2 are online, 2 are hybrid, and then there's in-person, old school classes. Go to hccs.edu/apply. So, Randy, I want to talk to you about the whole NOPE situation because I saw you shaking your head at me when I said it.
I just think
it lost me. I literally fell asleep during the movie, and at the end of it, I'm like, what the heck just happened?
Well, Todd, I think that's part of what the heck just happened as part of the Jordan Peele thing. Like,
I love Jordan Peele.
Also, there's so many small details in the film. And so for me, if you can't follow the crumbs or your mind isn't focused on it, that's the other thing that I find is that he makes films in the old school Sandy McKendrick's Lady Killer style, which is you got to pay attention. And in the world of like cell phones and stuff, it's just hard.
And then you had the second storyline with the killer.
Well, the second storyline is a whole nother thing. But
what was going on there? It just didn't work for me.
I thought it was really complex and really highly evolved, and it's one of the things I love. Is it my favorite Jordan Peele movie? No. But was it falling asleep in the movie theater? No. And as for something that's coming up that everybody's look, the George Clooney, movie, I'm going to go see it because it's George Clooney and Julia Roberts, and that's just pleasant.
Yeah. Well, are you going to see Halloween Ends? Because I am.
No, I'm not.
It's on Peacock. You can watch it. You can stream it.
I used to watch horror movies, and then I had kids. And something about that has made me unable to watch things where people creep you out in the middle of the night and kill you.
Well, I know my girlfriend is the same way, and I just can't. I have nobody to watch horror movies, so I have to watch them by myself because she won't watch them. So, it's just part of life.
I'll send my husband over to your house. You guys can watch them together.
That would be nice because my kids.
He'll bring wine. He's a wine collector, so he's good with a bottle.
Okay. All right.
That's why I married him.
There you go. Everybody has there's somebody for everybody. Monday.
Okay.
Monday is Mental Health Monday. We could all use a little bit of that, especially if you see Halloween Ends this weekend. But we'll have HCC counselor guest Roxanne Francis on the show, and then next week, Tasty Tuesday. We've also got Murder Geek 7. She's going to be here just in time for Halloween. She's a TikTok star, and we're going to talk with her. We got a lot going on next week, and you're back too, right?
I'm back. I'm always here whenever you want me, Todd. You just call and I'll show up.
All right. We'll see you next week, and we'll see all of you on Monday.
Okay.
Right here at 10 a.m. up to the minute.